Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday this morning. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I've had a really busy week, so my apologies ahead of time for my scattered brain approach to this show today. Just a lot going on, but let's get into it. Let's talk your St. Louis baseball Cardinals for a second. They've now lost out on the George Springer bonanza, and he signs a contract for the next 6 years to be with the Toronto Blue Jays. So voice your disdain, voice your opinion, voice all of that in the comment section and let me know how you feel about the Cardinals not really making any kind of attempt to land any kind of free agent player or do anything to bolster their current situation of what they have now. They've let Colton Wong walk away. They have let Yadier Molina essentially walk away if he wants to. Adam Wainwright, I understand they're not the players that they used to be, but Yadier Molina is a hands-down Hall of Famer. There's no questioning it. We don't have to get into specifics about what, when, where, why, or how. I think we're all perfectly aware, and I'm not going to insult the viewer and insult the listener and insult your intelligence by trying to make some kind of a case. But one thing that I want to point out about the Cardinals and their current situation, they just had their winter warm-up, virtual meetings, if you will, here the other day. John Mozeliak is obviously standing pat on the... I'm going to take a little bit of blame, but I'm really going to put it on our developmental system. It's fair, I understand that. Our scouting system, not developmental system. I should rephrase that correctly because I don't want to make it sound like we're not developing players. It's about what we have and what we know we have versus what there is, the reality of it. You have overvalued players like Harrison Bader. You have overvalued players like Tyler O'Neill. You have overvalued other players in the past. You've sent other players down the line. I was listening to a radio show this morning in the St. Louis market, and they were making some very specific points that really surprised me because on big radio, the big time radio, not, podcast or, hashtag small time media, hashtag small potatoes. Thanks for the guys over at XFL STL show for starting that because we are technically in their mind's eye classified as small-time media, but they never go after the Cardinals. They never attack them. They never voice their disdain and voice their frustration with the organization and their lack of moves or their inability to make moves. And what their excuses are beyond the pale. It's beyond the point. Thurman, my man, good to see you in there in the chat. GM Derek. I'll be GM Derek today. I'll put my GM hat on. Here we go. Bird on the bat. GM Derek today. The thing that I want to point out is that if you look at the statistics, this team is not good. They've prided themselves on defense. If you go back 10 years, you go back to 2011, 2010, they were doing way better then in their run differentials. Way better. The last several years, they have done horrible. They pride themselves on defense. They're going to go out and get these defensive players. They're going to make all these moves. Woohoo, good deal. Where's the defense? It's not showing in the analytics. John Mozeliak's such a big analytic guy, but that's beyond the point. It proves a point, but it's still beyond the point I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can't necessarily, and you need to follow me, you can't necessarily put all of the blame on John Mozeliak. I know we all want to. Just stay with me on this. Michael Gersh, and I'm going to try to put this as politely and respectfully as I can. What is he? Really? What is he? Who is he? I don't know. Does he get John Mozeliak a cup of coffee in the morning? Is that what he does? I'm not really sure, because he just seems to sit there during those meetings or during those interviews and just kind of sit there with this puzzled look on his face like, did I get the right Starbucks order today? What are you doing? So I understand that it has to start somewhere. Where are we starting? Are we starting in the scouting process of where we're looking at these players and we're determining who and what they are and what their capabilities are, and why you allow a Randy Arozarena to walk out the door, why you allow a Marco Gonzalez, who now signs a big contract in Seattle, is doing pretty decent, middle to the back end pitcher, eats some innings, and Lance Lynn a la type of character. Why is it that you're giving Matt Carpenter an extension in the number range that you're giving it to him? Why did you give Dexter Fowler that contract whenever he's a 32-year-old outfielder who's clearly on the back end of his success level? It doesn't make any logical sense. So now you have to ask yourself the question, what are they going to do now? Are they going to continue to keep insulting you and I's intelligence? Are they going to continue to keep trotting out the same tired ass lineup that they always do? They're going to try to put Matt Carpenter over at third. Is that what they're going to do? The guy can't throw. He can't throw. So you're going to put him in third base. He's a defensive liability. His bat is not that good. And they're talking about how he's probably going to be wearing batting gloves this next year because there's some, magical, they sprinkle pixie dust on the batting gloves, and all of a sudden it's going to make him a better hitter. He's slowed down. Deal with it. Same with Fowler. They've all slowed down. This is what happens. Accept it. Deal with it. Now you've got to eat these huge contracts. You've got the Brett Cecil contract that's just ate you up over the years. You've got, a person like Dominic Leone. You thought we were going to be that big, left-handed, pitcher coming out of the bullpen. It was really going to tear things up, and he hasn't done jack hobilly squat. Yeah, I want to get fired up. Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm just like the rest of you out there. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I'm upset. I cannot understand for the life of me how you manage to go out and pay players that are grossly past their prime. And this is a perfect example of why Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright aren't signed yet, because they're spooked. Because they've done this in the past and gave extensions to these players and done all of these things to bring them in or bring them back, and it has bit them in the butt. Now they're spooked. And now we're sitting here going, well, come on, man. Like that little picture that little meme or whatever that has the little cartoon guy poking something with a stick. Do something. Yeah. Exactly. Do something. You're not doing anything. Now, a lot of Cardinals fans out there, a lot of my good Cardinals fans out there, you guys know, you understand, and you get it. There's a lot of people that want to immediately jump on the bandwagon to point the finger and say, you're